Good evening and welcome to the Mountaineer pregame show for the next hour, or 45 minutes rather. We'll sit here and talk about the kickoff of the Indians of St. Stephen's and your Kings Mountain Mountaineers. I'm Drew Fulton along with Greg Short, Lamont Littlejohn, Jeff Johnson. Guys, round one, it's win or go home. How do you feel about tonight?
Well, you know, I feel good. Don't want to be overconfident. You never want to overlook a team such as St. Stephen's. We know what happened last year with Franklin. I think we came out very flat against Franklin. We had some drop balls, and it almost bit us. You know, we had to do a 2-minute drive and take it down and win. I feel good. I just don't think this is this type of team, this leadership, what we're playing. I think these guys are locked in, and I believe they have a bigger goal in mind. And tonight starts that journey.
Craig and you.
Good evening. I agree with Lamont. Let's go.
Yep.
Well, stay with us. We'll look at both teams along with other games tonight, so don't go anywhere. It's the Mountaineer pregame show. Our pregame show would not be possible without our sponsors, and we'd like to thank HSI Land Clearing and Development. Whether it's grading, clearing, erosion control, they're the best in Kings Mountain. HSI Land Clearing and Development. Quality Fence Solutions just down the road in Bessemer City Town. They're the best around here for your fencing needs. And Innovative Pools of Kings Mountain, a new level of pool or spa. Matt Bailey can make your backyard dreams come true. Actually, he's making my neighbor's backyard dreams come true. So, Matt, you need to get on that so I can maybe swim in that maybe in the summer. So we want to thank our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be back here with more Mountaineer pregame show right after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools,
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium. We're getting ready for round number 1 of the State 3A playoffs. And before we get started, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe our channel here on KMHS Sports. I looked at the levels, and we have grown by about 1,000 subscribers since we started this season. So we want to keep that ball rolling. If you're watching the program, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you'll get notifications, and we will know that you care enough to hit that subscribe button. Help us out by doing that. All right, guys, let me get all my ducks in a row. Let's talk about Kings Mountain and Crest last week. Once I get everything going on. All right. Mountaineers, of course, played Crest last week. We beat them 35-20. Rushing yards, 20 carries, 200 yards, 4 rushing TDs, passing 12 for 17, 212 yards. You know, this game to me felt like I was reading a chapter out of The Tale of Two Cities, the worst of times and the best of times. The first half looked like the best I've ever seen Kings Mountain play in a while. I mean, you know, offense, defense, special teams. We were scoring on everything we could possibly get our hands on. They couldn't stop us at all. But come second half, whether we got in our way or Crest notched the volume up a little bit, it was a completely different game.
I don't think Crest did anything. And let me say this right. Let me say this correctly. I don't believe whatever Crest got that they got it on their own. They earned it. I think everything they got, we gave it to them. If you recall that first snap that was high, we was driving and it was about to be 42-6. That snap went on over Lamont's head and Crest recovered, and they just momentum and it seemed like a busted play, like a long play, and then the next touchdown, we just arm tackled. You know, we were not fundamental in our tackling. But again, yeah, I agree with you. The first half was like lights out, 35-6. But then we come in the second half. I believe the turnovers gave Crest the momentum.
Yeah.
And somehow I think with our leadership and just the experience, we was able to stable the ship long enough to get out of there with a win.
Well, and I said last week too, I agree with what both of you just said, and I'll add to that and say that I'm actually thankful that we had that kind of game.
You remember we said that last week.
Yes, because if we had gone up 42-6, I don't know that the outcome would have been like it was, obviously. I don't know that Crest would have kept playing that hard.
Right.
And I said it on air or maybe off air last week. I think that having to respond to some adversity like that, turning the ball over a couple times, giving up a big play, I think that gave us some confidence because, as I said last week, our goal is to get deep in the playoffs. We go in the third or fourth round, hopefully, the good Lord willing.
Right.
We're going to have games like that, and we're going to have to respond.
Yep.
And so I think it shows the resolve of this team.
Yeah.
But I'm with Drew. That first half, that first quarter.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you think about it. We had scored 3 touchdowns, and they had run 1 play.
That's it.
I mean, that's pretty good. And I'm just really excited about how the young men played, and that was a big-time game.
Right.
And to play that well in a big-time game shows a lot.
But, before you go on, Drew, we've always rose to the occasion.
Yes.
Now, the only thing tonight, and I know we're going to talk about that, make sure we don't play down to the level of our competition.
Oh, I agree.
So would you say, though, that middle 8, the 4 minutes of the last 4 minutes of the first half, and the first 4 minutes of the first half, really, I mean, we were in quicksand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't get out.
Well, to me, there were 2 plays in the game that were critical. The interception by Quay, that took Crest momentum right there. They ran a play.
Right.
That was one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one in the first half. And the next biggest play, again, this is just my opinion, was Lamont's pass on third down.
Oh, yeah.
When we were inside the 20, inside our own 20, looking at maybe having to punt out from our end zone back to Crest because they had punted us the ball.
Yeah.
That ball by Lamont.
Yeah.
That probably was the play of the game.
Right.
But I'm telling you, those 2 were big. And that was, I mean, I'm not going to joke. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I held my breath a little bit on that pass because I was thinking of, I hate to be selfish, I was thinking of my son having to snap a ball. He can do it. I've got confidence in him. But it was rattled a little bit because he had a higher snap. Our punt team gave him the first one, first score. So, that was huge.
Yeah, but his brothers on the team
They came up and stepped up.
They came and said, hey, and the brothers on the team came to him and said, don't worry about it. You got the next play.
We got you.
Well, Little John did have a good night, 12 of 17, 212 yards in the air, 1 interception. Teddy Jeffries had a big night as well, 21 carries, 146 yards, and 2 TDs. Caleb Holland added another 16 carries, 55 yards, and another score. Overall, we had, per carry, 5.2 yards. 5.2 yards a carry.
I'll take that every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Receiving, Sanders led, 5 catches, 104 yards, 1 touchdown.
Right.
And what's impressed me with Little John all season, he was able to spread the ball out to 6 different receivers. And to me, that makes it hard for any defense to key on anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we were keying on number 6 last week for Crest.
Right.
But who do you key on?
Well, you pick your poison. And we've said it before. Our passing game and our running game are the same way.
That's right.
You get ready for Teddy, you want to take him away?
Right.
Okay, fine.
Right.
What are you going to do about Caleb?
That's right.
All right, let's say you take Teddy and Caleb away.
Right.
What about Robert? I mean, it is a good problem to have because I can tell you from being a former defensive coordinator, trying to scout our team, Greg throws a lot of formations, a lot of plays, lots of weapons. It's difficult. You're right, Drew, to your point. I mean, take it away, go ahead, but you're going to have others to deal with.
Exactly.
All right, let's switch sides and just take a look at St. Stephen's right quick. Last week, they beat Fred T. Ford on their senior night, 50-21. Now we'll throw this tidbit in there. Fred T. Ford hadn't won a game all season. I will throw that in there. Rushing, 26 carries, 341 yards, 5 rushing TDs, passing 4 of 6. They're not a huge passing team, but they did have 1 passing touchdown as well. Peyton Young, 3 of 6, 1 touchdown. He's a senior. He is the quarterback. He's who's going to lead the team tonight. Then in the backfield, Bryson Gaither, he's the main running back.
Right.
He had 19 carries. He's a sophomore, 19 carries, 4 big touchdown scores. So St. Stephen's, a big run-heavy team. They average about 168 yards per game, but they can throw the ball if they need to. However, Young is only about 50% on his passes, and he's also the second leading rusher on the team on the season, 98 yards, 434 yards.
Oh, wow.
And nobody else is close. So running the ball, if the quarterback hadn't got it, the running back does.
Right. Well, I mean, I even in looking at this, Craig, I've seen that their running back is really one who carries the load.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they're going to pass off of that, but really he is their main threat on offense. I think on defense they're going to run a 4-front. I've seen them in some. They run a 5-front.
I don't think they will against us.
No.
Because I don't think they can even try to. I just don't think they can try. They're not going to have any success stopping us in a 5-man front.
No.
Because they're not going to be able to cover our receivers in a 5-man front, and
Exactly.
it just won't help with the run.
Right.
I think that to Drew's point, I think that's their two best athletes, the running back and the quarterback.
Yep.
They are good players.
They are.
They're good
They
players, and
Right.
they. I know we'll do our, what would Coach do in a minute. I'll save my comment for that here in a moment, but
Right.
I know what they're probably going to try to do to keep himself in the game.
Right.
Overall, we are 2-2 against the Indians. The last time we met ended in a 63-42 win right here at John Gamble Stadium, and that was what time? What? That was 2000. It's not on my notes. It was the last time we played them in the split conference that we were in.
That would have probably
I'm thinking around 2015.
No, that's when I was here. We didn't play them.
That might have been earlier.
I was going to say that was around probably between 2005 to 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when we got here in 2007, I remember them being in that conference, but we weren't in it yet. We were not out in that one.
So I think, that is around that 2000, 2005.
Yeah, in that
because
time frame.
we played Hickory, we played Fred
Ford, St. Stephen, all them.
Yep.
The last time that the Indians were in the playoffs, however, was 2015. They got to the second round, but got defeated by High Brighton 28-23. When we get back, we'll look at some projected starters for tonight's game on both sides of the ball. So stay with us. It's KMHS Sports and the Mountaineer pregame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Tools,
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium, the Mountaineer pregame show. Glad that you could be with us. I want to remind you one thing about the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. If you're not a member of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club, you need to join. Everybody often, well, what do you get when you join the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club? You get a facility like this. This is what you get.
Right.
You get athletes with proper uniforms and travel expenses. You get workout rooms, you get concession stands, you get restrooms, you get field houses. That's what you get for being a part of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. We have several fundraisers, every year, but the biggest financial support that the Touchdown Club gets is its members. There's several different levels you can join. Just log on to kmtouchdownclub.com and you can see all those levels and find out more about the Touchdown Club. We want you to be part of the family. We're all part of the family here at talk about the family like it's a cult. But we want you to be part of the family here at Kings Mountain High School and be a part of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club.
And Drew, let me say real quick one more time, I can tell you as a former coach here, they don't serve just the football team. I can tell you that they serve our band. They serve other sports. I got stuff as a softball coach.
Right.
The Touchdown Club helped us numerous times. They've bought things for our band. They've helped with the tennis programs. So, yes, it says Touchdown Club, but join it because you're supporting Kings Mountain students overall, student athletes, and our extracurricular. It's a great program to be a part of.
And David and Marie Brinkley will most definitely okay that and amen that. Yes. That is for all athletes.
Yes.
All right, let's look at tonight's starting lineups. Now, this is, I think we have a good starting lineup for the Mountaineers, but this is a potential starting lineup for St. Stephen's. Now, it could have changed because both of these teams brought up a couple of extra JV players they wouldn't necessarily bring with them, but I think this is going to be pretty close. For St. Stephen's tonight, number 7, Peyton Young. He's at quarterback. In the backfield, number 22, Bryson Gaither. At running back, number 34, at the up back, Ty McLaughlin. The receivers, number 5, Ethan Atwood, number 11, Dayton Anderson, and number 14, Noah Rischemeyer. At left tackle, number 76, Kason Turner. At right tackle, number 60, Isaac Bergen. At left tackle, number 65, Jacob Frank. Right guard, number 64, Nicholas Treadway. And at center for the Indians tonight, number 54, Hunter Downs. On the defense, looking at the linebackers, 21, Chip Herndon. Number 44, Will Fincher. Number 50, Daniel Lauder. At the corners, number 2, Michael Watkins, and Eli Nash, number 11 at corners. At the defensive ends, number 7, Josh Waters. Number 76, Kason Turner, and at the defensive tackles, number 62, Luke Polino, and number 74, Sergio Ortez. And I believe that is going to be pretty close to starting lineups for the Indians tonight. And Lamont, I believe you have the starting lineup for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, we're going to start on defense. The DL, defensive lineman tonight's number 11, Antonio Armstrong, number 9, Curtis Simpson, number 33, Javari Curry, number 15, A.J. Richardson, number 62, Eli Lipscomb. The linebackers tonight, number 7, Jason Milton, number 5, Michael Ward. The defensive backs tonight, number 0, Robert Kendrick, number 2, Zay Smith, number 4, Jake Lloyd, number 10, Bryson Brown, and number 1, Andre Willis. The kicker tonight, number 34, Jaden Ellis. The punter tonight, number 26, Max Thompson. And the long snapper tonight, number 19, Gabe Short. On the offensive side, center tonight, number 58, Dalton Smith. Guards tonight, number 54, Michael Lubis, number 57, Alex Jackson. Tackles tonight, number 64, Isaiah Estrich, number 55, Tristan Spikes. Receivers tonight, number 2, Zay Smith, number 10, Bryson Brown, number 6, Quay Sanders. Tight end tonight, number 4, Jake Lloyd. Running back tonight, number 3, Caleb Holland, and the quarterback, number 12, Lamont Littlejohn.
And that's our starting lineups for both teams. Let's end up this segment with one of my favorites. And what would Coach Klein do?
There we go.
Let's see. Who gets Kings Mountain this week?
I do. I was Chris last week.
Okay, you get Kings Mountain.
I got St. Stephen.
How do you go to round 2?
I think you do what you've done all year. You run your game. You're balanced on offense and defense. You don't try to get fancy. You try to make sure that you control the lines of scrimmage and you execute your game plan on both sides. I think that you also work on all 3 phases, make sure they're crisp, and just execute the plan that you're ready to do. You get them ready by realizing that this is not something to take lightly. It's one and done if we're not careful. We're everybody. They're playing hard to beat us. They've got the momentum as far as being fired up. St. Stephen's does. So let's take their heart early. One of the things we've been good at the last few games is we've been good at getting up early and capitalizing on other teams' mistakes. If they do, capitalize on them. If by some chance we face adversity, respond to it and respond as a team and as a unit and move on.
All right, Lamont, you get the Indians tonight. How do you pull up the upset?
Well, the thing is, I got to tell the guys, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I know they are the number 1 seed in the 3A. They are the number 1 in the Charlotte Observer. They've been number 1 for a couple weeks now, but anything is possible. They're 10-0, guys. You got to believe tonight. On defense, listen, we have got to shut down the run, and we cannot make mistakes. If we can shut down the run, make Lil John have to beat us with his arm, and then, listen, we got to play those receivers in some type of switch up the coverage, try to, somehow distract Lil John. And then on the offensive side, let's play ball control. Let's keep Kings Mountain offense off the field. But also, guys, we have got to do some trick plays, some things that they're not they have not studied on film to somehow throw them off balance and somehow slow down that pass rush and get our guy at least 3-4 yards of carry. And guys, again, just believe.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. That's my message to St. Stephen's.
Well, as we get, we got about 24 and a half minutes to go before kickoff. Let's take a break right quick. We'll be back with more of the Mountaineer pregame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools,
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the kickoff of tonight's game. Drew Fulton along with Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short, Jeff Johnson on our field tonight. Let's take a few minutes and talk about the 32 team, not the 32 teams that are in the 3A playoffs in the West. Let's just talk about the little segment that is us. Our little corner of the bracket, number 20. Where did I start at? Okay, the winner of this game will play number 17 Smoky Mountain. They're at number 16 Central Davidson. Now, if we win tonight, one of those teams will have to come here. Looking at the stats, guys, Central Davidson, much better team. They're 8-2 overall. Just looking at the stats, they're much better. The two games they lost in conference were against highly ranked teams, Ledford and Oak Grove. Smoky Mountain, not a bad team either, but they've given up way too many points this season, twice as many as Central Davidson. Who do you pick between Smoky Mountain and Central Davidson?
I think just on paper, what I've seen, I looked like you did, Drew. I looked ahead and looked at their stats, looked at comparable, how they did in their conference and out of conference and that kind of thing. On paper, I think Central Davidson is better. I don't know much about either team. I know Central Davidson always had good softball teams. When I used to coach softball, I never wanted to see them. But I don't know much about either one group. I know Kings Mountain played Smoky Mountain years ago in the playoffs or something like that. But I would anticipate, based on the stats, that Central Davidson would be here next week if we win tonight.
I agree. I actually went on YouTube and went online to look at some games. And listen, last week they had Oak Grove beat. They had Oak Grove down like 2 scores. Oak Grove had to come back to fourth quarter and beat them 16-14.
Wow.
So they're the real deal, And I'm not sure. I think that conference heavy run.
Yeah.
And it's just pound of football. I'm not sure if they have seen any type of athleticism that we have. But again, when it comes to playoffs, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. And the thing is, like when Drew talked about the conference, they're battle tested. They're coming down here, or they would come here, I think.
Yeah.
Only losing to Ledford and Oak Grove.
Yeah.
And Ledford and Oak Grove have been ranked in the 3A poll all season. So,
and they're ranked for a reason.
Yes, sir. I would say our teams are similar in that respect.
Yeah.
That's a pretty tough conference.
But Craig, I think you would say it too. Most one seeds you would think would have an easier, flow until about the 4th or 5th round. We don't have an easy road.
No, we don't. Somebody said that.
We don't have an easy road.
Armchair quarterback on C19 kind of alluded to the fact they made it out like we had an easy road. They have lost their mind.
Yeah, we don't have an easy road.
No, you don't even look at the seeds because I'm telling you, either team coming next week, Central Davidson, I think, is better.
Right.
If we get to next week, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be a football game.
Well, I believe that this is off what I was going to bring up. I believe the most talent in the state of North Carolina is fit in that 3A bracket.
No doubt.
I mean, in the 4A, you've got the really, really great teams and nothing else under.
I agree.
Right.
In the 2A, you've got the same thing, really great teams up top,
right,
and then nothing else under.
Exactly.
And then 3A, it's just
3A is ridiculous.
Yeah, 3A and 4A is just like a battlefield.
Yeah. And
from top to bottom.
And now that they put the 3A back together, we don't have split classifications anymore. 3A is even. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's always been hard, and it's just it's tough. It's
right.
Obviously, we're in better shape. I think a little bit up top because we wouldn't see some of those better, or like the South Points and the Crests early.
The Dudley.
But I'm telling you, the top of this bracket's it's rough.
Yep.
All right, looking at the rest of the corner of our bracket, number 25, Stuart Kramer. They're going to be traveling to number 8, West Charlotte tonight. West Charlotte, not the same team that they were a year ago. They may be more than the Storm can handle, but still they don't have the talent that we seen when we played them. West Charlotte comes in 5-5. Stuart Kramer, I believe if they can get some 3 and outs and hold the lines a little bit, they got a shot.
I do. Lamont, tell them what we said in the pregame or off air.
Yeah,
Lamont and I agree.
Yeah, we agree. Rockamore was hurt last season. I think you got to understand this is what the young guys would call a lick back or a revenge game. And I believe that Stuart Kramer is going over there with something to prove. Now, don't take anything away from West Charlotte. Of course, they lost a lot of seniors, I think 20-plus seniors off that last year's team in that dynamic receiver they have. But, again, I really think this is a coin flip with Stuart Kramer and West Charlotte. And I would not be surprised if Kramer pulled it out.
I wouldn't either. That's what we said before.
Yeah.
So I completely agree.
All right, let's look at the last game in our little side of the bracket. Number 24, Southern Guilford. At number 9, High Brighton. High Brighton puts up a ton of points on the board. Average 34 points a game, with Southern Guilford only getting about 20. Guilford may have a little bit better defense, but they'll have their work cut out for them tonight, I believe, with High Brighton.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, I just don't think they can do it. I think High Brighton is better, and I think High Brighton is proven. They've been good for the last several years, and I think that they have got it down. I think that's where it's going to come from. So I don't see that High Brighton have trouble.
Let's talk about I want to talk about right quick the amount of teams that the Big South has in the playoffs. Kings Mountain, South Point Crest, Stuart Kramer, Ashbrook, Forest View. Here's the question. Is the Big South just that good, or is the state looking to put way too many teams in the playoffs?
I think it's a little of both. More so the latter than the former.
Yeah.
I do believe that our conference was stronger than people think.
Right.
I told you guys in the first of the year that don't be surprised if Ashbrook finishes 4th.
Right.
And they all tied and got in.
Exactly.
But yes, Drew, to your point, to the second point, to me it's almost just a little ridiculous because now you're just playing games to play games, and Jay Rhodes said off air, I mean, you're playing – if you get all the way to the state championship, you're playing 6 more games.
Yep.
I mean, when you're only playing 10 regular season games and you're having to play 6 in the playoffs, that's crazy.
It's almost another season.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that to me, that's too much, and that's set up by adding all these teams to the playoffs.
Right. And you remember we used to play 11-game regular season.
Yeah, they took that down.
They cut that out and put an extra week in to get everybody in.
Yeah.
Well, you got a team like Highland Tech that's 0-10, traveling 200 miles to play in Andrews, North Carolina, which is 10-0.
Yes.
Now, each team gets the visiting team does get a share of the gate.
Right. They do.
Yeah.
But could they possibly break even?
No.
I mean,
no.
After they travel?
No, because they're going to have to charter buses.
Exactly.
I mean, you're not going to ride activity bus 2 hours.
No.
So they chartered.
Right.
So then you're looking, they're eating on the way up there, probably eating something or having something brought to them to eat on the way back.
Exactly.
No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all.
It's not.
I don't know why they didn't opt out. And that's not the only time. I mean, you see some of these other teams that in the smaller brackets that are 1 and 2 win teams.
Right.
And then that's what happens. Like you said, Drew, they send them way far away.
Way far away.
I mean, it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah.
I'd have done what North Lincoln did. I'd have opted out.
That's right.
Well, guys, let's take a break. We'll look at how the Mountaineers finished up in the conference and all the other games going on here tonight. Stay with us. It's the Mountaineer pregame show. We'll be right back after this.
The Mountaineer Football Pregame Show is sponsored by HSI Land Clearing and Development, Quality Fence Solutions, Innovative Pools,
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the Mountaineers and the Indians tying up tonight. Just looking at how the Big South 3A ended their season in the conference. We finished number 1, of course, 7-0, 10-0 overall. South Point came in number 2, 6-1 in the conference, 9-1 overall. Crest third, 5-2 in the conference, 7-3 overall. Number 4 was tied between Forest View and Ashbrook. Both of those teams 3-4 and 4-6 overall. Then Stuart Kramer tied with Hunter Huss, 2-5. 2-5 in the conference, and of course, little old North Gaston still looking for that first win. They're going to have to wait till 2023 to try to get it there.
And even then, I don't know.
So the only ones who didn't get in was Huss and North Gaston.
Yeah, because you remember last week Drew gave us a stat. I mean, right after the top 3 teams, they were all tied except for North Gaston.
Exactly.
So all those games decided who got in last week.
So it's pretty much if Huss would have won last
week,
they would have been in Ashbrook.
Yeah.
So let's look how the conference ended up for St. Stephen's. Number 1, we've talked about them all year long. They're in there, and I believe this is the South Fork.
Yes.
South Fork Conference. East Lincoln, of course, 7-0, 10-0 overall. Statesville, old foe from us in the playoffs, 6-1 in the conference, 7-3 overall. Hickory, 5-2, 7-3 overall. North Lincoln, which is who should be here tonight but opted out. They ended up 4-3 in the conference, 4-6 overall. St. Stephen's ended up number 5th in their conference, 3-4, 4-6 overall. Then North Iredale, West Iredale, and Fred T. Ford. Maybe we can get they're winless. Maybe we can get a kind of a rivalry between Fred T. Ford
and North
Gaston next year. To see,
hey, I'm no joke.
But the losing team, how bad?
How would you be? Listen, no joke. If I am Coach Rothwell at North Gaston, I'm contacting Fred T. Ford. In all seriousness, you need to get games. We've said that before. You need to get games on your schedule that you can win. You got to.
It gives your guys confidence that they can win.
I don't even care what classification they're in. I'd play a 1A team. 4A team if they're less than us. You got to get some wins.
No pun intended. Call Highland Tech.
Yes.
I mean, because again, you just
got to get some wins.
I mean, they just down 321.
Yes.
From Highland Tech.
Yes.
Let's look how the ranks ended up as the season closed. Kings Mountain, of course, finished out the top, 10-0. Then Northern Nash. I'm looking for my sheet.
It's right there at the bottom of your
head. Northern Nash, 10-0. South Point, 9-1. East Lincoln, 10-0. Those 4 did not change. Havelock, however, they moved up 3 spots to number 5, 8-2. Then 71st moved down 1. They're still 10-0. Crest stayed exactly where they are, 7-3. West Henderson added to the top 10. They're still 10-0. R.H. Rose from Greenville. J.H. Rose, they moved down 3 spots. They're 9-0. And then Oak Grove, we just talked about them a few minutes ago. They're in Winston-Salem. They went down 1, but they're still 10-0. See, guys, all these teams, 10-0, 10-0, 10-0, 9-0.
Yeah. And I was just about to say, I know that Max Preps has a metric or an algorithm they use to determine, power ranking. But how in the world is Crest ahead of West Henderson, J.H. Rose, and Oak Grove?
And they're all undefeated.
Right. Why would Oak Grove go down and winning last week, and they beat Central Davidson, who is a good team?
Because I believe when you look at these conferences, these conferences are one. I mean, except for the top 2.
Yeah, they're
everybody else like 1 win, 2 wins. Yeah. So RPI.
I know.
That's what happened.
I know.
But really, thinking about when I'm always about wins and losses.
Yeah.
If you hadn't lost anything, then you should be.
I agree with you.
But it's the RPI.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Let's look at the games tonight for the Big South in the playoffs. First up, Statesville. They're 7-3. They travel to Crest tonight, which is 7-3. Who do you have?
I got Crest. I believe when you look at Statesville, y'all, they lost a lot from last year. Statesville is rebuilding as well. They got a young quarterback. I watched them as well. That conference, not taking anything away from East Lincoln or none of those guys, but that conference not what it used to be. You remember Statesville used to dominate that conference. They lost a lot last year. You remember they got beat in the 4th round after us with Dudley.
Yep.
And they was like senior heavy. And I just think Crest has too much for them. I don't know if they can slow down Green. I think Crest wants to win, and they want to get some mojo back after last week.
Yeah, and it makes me think, like growing up, Statesville and Crest played some slobber knockers in the early 80s in the playoffs. I remember going up there one night in a monsoon rainstorm, and Statesville beat them. That's back when Herbert Harbison and some of those guys played.
I remember.
I mean, they were loaded, and those were some good times.
Yeah.
I think Crest will win. I think the home field stuff, they're hyped up.
Yeah.
And good for them. I mean, that's good for our conference and good for our county.
Right.
Forest View 4-6. They traveled to Tuscola to play the other Mountaineers tonight, which come in at 9-1. And Tuscola looked like they should have run the table as well, but they got tripped up last week and lost their game last week.
I wouldn't be surprised as Forest View beat them.
Me too.
Because Tuscola has lost a lot too. Last week, I think West Henderson beat them 55 or something. I mean, they blew them out last week. So I wouldn't be surprised as Forest View go up there and win. That's a long hump, though. It's almost 2 hours, close to like you go on to Colorweed, right?
Yes.
Yes. It's in Waynesville.
Waynesville, yeah.
For a moment of silence
what
to
about
reflect on
which
the
I
abundant
think
blessings God has
is
graced on
the
each of our
the other
communities.
better game in our conference. 7-3 Hickory at 9-1 South Point.
Amen.
Sorry, Drew. I know that. I knew our fans at home would want to hear that too.
Hickory and South Point.
Oh, national anthem.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
National.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Kings Mountain
All right, Drew.
High
Back
School
to your point. I'm going
Hickory
with
at South Point.
Yeah, I just don't think Hickory. I know Coach Glass, the guy that's the head coach there now. I mean, I think they're okay this year. I just don't think they can stop South Point.
No.
South Point's on a mission.
They are.
And South Point's trying to get – I'm just going to say it. South Point's trying to get back to us.
Yeah, they want
and
another
they
shot.
also realize that next week
They got Dudley.
and
Yep.
they want to get Dudley from last year.
That's
So
right.
I don't think Hickory – I mean, I won't say they don't have a chance, but
Right.
I don't think – they're not as good as South Point.
No.
We talked about Stuart Kramer in West Charlotte. The other one is Ashbrook coming in at 4-6 at Northwest Cabarrus 9-1.
I'm going. Listen, I'm going with Ashbrook. I am. I just believe, based on what I've seen with Northwest Cabarrus, I'm not sure they will have the defense to stop the run. And I believe that if you give Ashbrook some momentum and some encouragement, I think Ashbrook can pull up the upset.
I do too. I don't know a lot about Northwest Cabarrus. I do think that they play in a conference that's kind of weak. They were good several years ago. They're probably going to have some athletes. If Ashbrook decides they want to show up and play, it won't shock me if they win.
Exactly.
Let's quickly look at some of the other games going on in the area tonight. Ashe County at East Lincoln. So we talked about Smoky Mountain at Central Davidson. Shelby at Forest Hills. Is this going to be an interesting game?
Forest Hills lost to Monroe last week by 2 points. That shows you how good Forest Hills is.
Right.
If Shelby puts it together and decides they want to play, Shelby could win.
Right.
But I'm not going to be surprised if Forest Hills wins this game.
Right. Yeah, and I think that Shelby may be missing again Isaiah Bridges. But again, y'all, Shelby has been there, done that, so it would not surprise me if Shelby, even though they may be shorthanded tonight, pull it out. Because when it comes to playoff time, It's just something about Shelby over there. And so I wouldn't be surprised, but I think they're going to have a tough game. I think everybody knows they're going to have a tough game over there. But I wouldn't be surprised if Shelby brings a victory back home.
Hey, and I'm going to tell you this. They could pull it out tonight and play really, really hard, want another shot at Burns next week.
That's what I'm thinking, too. I think they got some momentum.
They do. If they get fired up and ready, want Burns bad enough, they might beat Forest Hills.
That's the other game I was going to mention was Moorhead at Burns. Of course, Burns finished number 1 in the 2A, so they'll get to stay home as well.
Right.
Burns should have all the way, like I said, Drew, all the way through. I see Burns winning big.
Oh, yeah.
East Gaston at the Community School of Davidson, Bessemer City at Mountain Island Charter, West Lincoln at Hendersonville, and then another one I threw in there, Pisgah has to travel. I threw this in there because Pisgah, that's where my wife graduated.
Yeah.
They have to go all the way to Dudley.
The way.
And Pisgah, they're 4-6, but they have scraped by and to get those 4 wins.
Yes, they have, and I'll tell you this. Go ahead and say it right now. My main man, Terry Prince, is on record as saying BC will get its first playoff game win in years tonight.
Right.
So the wonder, the retired official, husband of the blonde, has said BC wins tonight.
Well, guys, let's wrap up the pregame. We'll get ready. Coin toss is about to happen. We'll be right back right after this.
Indians, number 3, Chance Wilson.
Stay tuned for the kickoff here on Mountaineer Football Live with Drew Fulton, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short, and Jeff Johnson. Brought to you by KMHS Sports and the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club.
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium as we watch the coin flip.
Jeff's got the microphone.
Kings Mountain receive.
Okay.
Jeff, thanks for that. We could hear the official.
All right. Who won the toss, Jeff?
We did.
We did.
We
Okay,
did,
good.
and we have elected to
want the
take
ball
the ball.
first.
We want it. Give it to us.
All right, my
Mountaineers have won the toss.
grandbaby's watching in Lynchburg, Virginia, getting ready to go down for the night. Shout out to the Hoppises. We're watching in Lynchburg. And my main man, Adam Sellers, and his family watching. The Reicherts, Jay Wright, Georgia, Julie, Quinn, and all them. Thank you for watching tonight. We know you're with us.
So the war drums have started on
I hear
the other
that.
side of the field. You know, I actually emailed after I got the roster from their athletic director. My next question was, I just want to make sure your nickname, your logo, your mascot is still Indians, because
Yes.
you never know these days.
Exactly.
2022 Big 12 champion, your Kings Mountain High School Mountaineers.
Hey, Jeff, how does our crowd look down there? We can't see it from where we are. We got a good group?
Well, it is definitely filled in the last little bit. I thought it was going to be a little sparse, but looking good.
Good.
So the Mountaineers will get the ball to start off this this matchup. As they get ready, let's go ahead and take our first sponsor break. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football and the kickoff right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic. Butler's Outdoor Design. The Venue at Turkey Ridge.
Yeah, you got.
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium as we get ready for the kickoff. The Indians and the Mountaineers getting ready to go toe-to-toe. Mountaineers will take the ball first. They won the coin toss. Number 17, Carter Grishmeyer. I'm not exactly sure how to do that, so I'm just going to say it like I do with.
You did a great job in the pregame.
Names in the Bible, just say it with confidence.
Listen, you pulled it off. You went to a break before I could compliment you on saying all the pregame names.
Kind of a pooch kick right there. The Mountaineers.
He could go, y'all.
Got a little running room.
Yep.
Misses 1 and 2.
Yep, he gone.
Get
up, stay up, stay up. Yep. Keep
40,
going.
30.
Yeah, he's gone. Told you.
Good
20.
block.
Can he get a block?
Yep.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Hey, got a good block. Got a good block by my main man, Quay, out there on the kicker, doing what he's supposed to do. That's a good way to start it.
Great way to start.
Guys, what I loved was his patience.
Yeah.
He that initial block, he waited on it. Man, great play.
What a good way to start.
Ellison to attempt the point after touchdown out of the hole of Bryson Brown.
After we get this PAT, we'll talk about our officials. We'll give you their names.
Good hold, good kick.
Good snap.
Good snap. I think you know the long snapper. No?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think he's a pretty famous guy. It's always good when he's on the field early.
Yes,
for
sir.
that, not
yes,
for
sir.
a punt.
Yes, sir.
So is this 2 weeks in a row?
Yes, sir.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. 7-0.
So our referee tonight is Rick Curtis. Our umpire, Terry Cody. Head linesman, Jermaine James. Line judge, Josh Parton. Back judge, Brandon Pierce. And our clock operator, Michael Allred.
So the Mountaineers lead 7-0 early. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football after this. Don't go anywhere.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction.
Keep zooming out.
Back here, John Gamble Stadium, Mountaineers lead 7-0 on the opening kickoff, so we get to go on defense right quick. Jaden Ellis teeing the ball up, getting ready to kick it off.
End zone.
And he gets the
Good
call
kick,
to go
good
ahead and
kick,
kick it out the
good
end
kick.
zone. So St. Stephen's will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
20-yard line.
Guys, could you have predicted a better start for the Mountaineers?
No.
No.
That's what you want.
Right.
It's like we talked about in the pregame. Drew, you brought it up in the Crest game. That's another phase of the game, and we've done well with our special teams. We want to continue that trend. That's a great start.
Number 7, Peyton Young will bring them out. Number 22, like we thought, Bryson Gaither in the backfield. He goes in motion. Quick pass out to the flats. They are able to get him down right there at the line of scrimmage, so no gain.
That's a great play by Zay getting off the block, making the tackle right there for little to no gain. They took it out of our playbook. Unless that's something we do.
Right. Wait, I think they know that quarterback has to get the ball out of his hand quickly.
Yes.
I think they're going to watch enough film to know that.
Young hands the ball off to Gaither right quick. He's able to maybe pull up maybe 4.
He's quick.
He is very quick.
He made a great cut right there on a good read.
Number 40, Rodney Unash.
3rd down.
A gain of 4, 3rd and 5 for the Indians.
3rd and 5. Big 3rd down play here early for the Indians. 3 receivers set and a tight end.
Good play.
Good play.
Came through unblocked.
In the
Good
backfield.
play.
On the carry, number 22, Bryson Gaither. Stopped by number 15, A.J. Richardson.
He got through right there. Beautiful play. Also notice we ran a 5-man front right there. I'm honestly going to say I didn't look at the first couple plays.
Guys, I think that shows a lot of respect.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of respect because they didn't even. I thought they'd throw on that play.
Yeah.
Jason Meyer in the punt.
4th and 10.
Oh, almost.
Jake got close.
Got his hands on it.
Is that fat?
Yep.
45 to the 50. He's going to get around to the 44-yard line. So the Mountaineers will go on offense actually for the first time tonight.
Chase Wilson.
1st and 10. On the 44-yard line. Teddy Jeffries in it, running back. Watt hands the ball off straight up the middle.
He's
There we
gone.
They're not going to stop him.
No.
He misses about 4 tackles. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
21, Teddy Jeffries, touchdown, Mountaineers.
You were talking about how quick Gaither was.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeffries hit the hole. He was gone.
And he missed a couple. Got through a couple of arm tackles. That's what we want.
He's definitely. You have to put a whole body on him to stop him.
Yeah.
The problem is getting the whole body.
Get the whole
on him.
body. Yeah. Because there have been lots of times in runs this year where people thought they had him and they've got him squared up and he gets around.
Oh yeah.
The point after touchdown out of the hold of Bryson Brown.
There we go.
Good job.
I like it.
And it's good. Mountaineers lead 14-0 over the Indians of St. Stephen's. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, Mountaineers lead quickly 14-0 over the Indians of St. Stephen's. And, you know, it looks like we looked last week with Crest when we opened the game.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, boys, when teams get up on you quickly like that, it's hard.
Right.
It's not impossible or, unreal to come back, but it takes your heart.
Dayton Ellis set to kick it off.
Wow, he is
And
kicking
that's
that
two.
ball tonight.
Into the end zone.
Indians ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Well, I think, he's just getting the sign to go ahead and kick it deep.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not they could not be as worried about a return with this team as they have, say, with Crest.
Right.
So the Indians will start it out. Second
West Lincoln, nothing.
second series for the Indians tonight. Young drops back. He's got to throw it in a hurry. Finds a receiver. Get across the 30. It's
good
going
play.
to get run out of
That's a
bounds.
good play. He got it out.
Great job by the quarterback right there,
Right.
keeping the play alive because we
Right.
were closing.
Number 10, Bryson
And
Brown.
he got it out there. A great play.
Right. And I saw where they had, I guess, the check down man. That's what they're going to do all night.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll make adjustments on that.
I believe if the Indians want to be successful whatsoever, they're going to have to try to throw it. However, with our penetration through the offensive line and our backfield, our coverage, they're going to have trouble. Once again, Young looking to throw.
Yeah.
Nope.
He's going to get beat up in the backfield.
Right.
Javier back there, among others.
Yeah, our defensive line's
Javier, go ahead. I'm sorry, Lamont.
No, our defensive line is just a QB worst nightmare.
It is, and I've noticed the last few weeks we've got Melton playing some linebacker.
Oh yeah, he's a stud.
He is, and he got in there pretty quick too. So that's helped out a lot.
Right. I mean, even the amount of tackles he's been getting. I mean, he's just under the radar.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so loaded on this team, but it's good to have a Melton on your team, and he's a stud. He's peaking at the right time.
We're off sides.
Yeah. And what we have to do is watch that, because now if I was the coach, I'll be doing.
They called timeout.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah, I thought they got us for a jump, but it's going to be a delay of game. They called timeout. My fault.
So St. Stephen's will burn their first timeout. We'll take 1-2. We'll be back here, more Mountaineer football. KMHS Sports right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction.
Not play that cha-cha slide again. That's my favorite song. I say everybody's sick of it.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. We're having some fun right off the air. Timeout before they got the penalty. 2nd and 23.
Don't get too excited up there in the booth.
I know, right?
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete.
Broken up rather quickly. Brings up a big 3rd down. Yeah, Young is realizing he's got to run for his life.
Yeah.
Rodney Unash on the coverage. 3rd down and 23 for the Indians.
Big 3rd down play. Young again. Quick to drop back.
Pick off by Jake. And he's going to score.
And he's going to take it all the way.
That's
yes, sir.
Pick 6 by Jake. Honestly, now I'm happy for Jake. That's on that quarterback. I mean, that ball was not anywhere catchable for his receiver that was there. He way overthrew it. Jake was right where he needed to be.
Well, he threw off his back foot as well. A ball sailed on him.
Well, when you're running for your life, you kind of have to throw off your back foot.
You have to. And, y'all, that's 3 phases of the game. We've scored special teams, offense, defense.
Jaden Ellis once again.
Good snap, good hold, and good keep.
Kick is up and the kick is good.
It's good. Mountaineers lead 21-0. Still here early in the first quarter. We'll be back here, more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, round number 1 of the State 3A playoffs. I was just looking across the way. You know, for St. Stephen's, number 32 seed, they've got a pretty decent crowd over there on the visitor side.
They do.
Ellis will kick it off again. I'm sure he'll get the green light and go ahead and kick it deep.
That one's deeper. That one's almost out of the end zone. Good job.
So up to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. For the Indians, this will be their 3rd shot at offense, 3rd possession. If you've seen any new scoreboard updates, you can give us.
I'll give you what I got so far. I've got Community School of Davidson 6, East Gaston 14. No score listed for Cherryville and Robbinsville, or Bessemer City Mountain Island Charter, or Ashbrook North West Cabarrus, West Charlotte Stuart Kramer. I heard behind me that Crest is losing 20-0. It doesn't say that on the Gazette. I don't know if that's true or not. I heard
Statesville?
By Statesville. Now, he said it behind me. I don't know if that's true. I heard that West Lincoln's winning 8-0. Shelby's up 3-0 over Forest Hills. South Point and Hickory tied at 7. That's our latest update.
Maybe he was talking about last week's score with
us. He might have been. He might have been.
Yeah, I think he's talking
that's what I heard.
Yeah. That'd be hard to believe that Crest is losing 20-0.
I also can tell you that I've got the other score. I'm watching the other score for the next game under us. Smoky Mountain and Central Davidson are scoreless in the first quarter.
Wow.
Receiver, number 5, Ethan Atwood, on the coverage. Number 2,
Atwood, the intended receiver.
Zay did a great job getting his head turned around that play. In great position, good coverage.
3rd and 15 for St. Stephen's. Young comes to the line, 3 receivers set, tight end. He drops back to pass again, but he's in under pressure all the way down to around the 3-4 yard line.
They're having trouble, boys, up front. They can't block us.
No.
What we're doing right there, like right there, we had a guy in the A and B gap on the right side, and they just, it's confusing them. They tried to do a good job blocking, but they just can't. There's too much pressure.
So St. Stephen's will punt on the back, almost on the back line of their end zone.
Good punt.
Gashemeyer.
It was a really good punt.
And a block to the 30.
Yep. He's going.
20, 10, on the goal line. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. We're gonna look back on film, and there's a block around about the 25. 3 of our guys were blocking. They weren't. St. Stephen's wasn't making much of an effort. Bless.
Ellis into attempt the point after touchdown out of Bryson Brown's hole.
Hey, Craig.
Yes, sir.
Just confirmed on Max Preps, Statesville's beating Crest 20-0.
So that is true.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. The guy behind me said that. So looks like Crest is starting out like they did last week. Yeah, Hickory and South Point are tied.
Wow.
So let's take a break. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction,
.625 left to go here in the first quarter, believe it or not. Mountaineers up 28-0 over the Indians of St. Stephen's. And guys, St. Stephen's, how frustrating is that for a team to come in here and can't get nothing to go their way?
Very much so, because like I said, they can't. They've run a couple of good plays, but they can't block us. And when they can't block us, they can't get a playoff, and then your special teams has let you down twice. It's disheartening. Right.
Guys, if you had told me before the game that we would have one offensive snap and we'd be up 28-0, I told you were crazy.
Hey, how about those special teams?
Special teams.
And Coach Harris, man, I'm telling you, I know he's smiling. He's happy for those guys. His special teams group really showing out tonight.
Well, Jeff got the opportunity to talk to Coach Wilson of the coaches show, right. And
he said they'd be ready,
and they are ready.
Well, I think also last year, the way we came out flat against Franklin, I think that was the motivation this week. We did not want to have that and have a team to stick around. These guys that just came out with a determination.
Give right up the middle to Gaither.
Looks like they came in with maybe an extra tight end or extra offensive lineman. Didn't really help, though.
Just got an update from my wonderful brother-in-law, Butch Moorhead, who makes the best cookies, by the way. Looking forward to that at Christmas time. Love you, Butch. Gave us an update. Burns is up 15-0, 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Not surprised. Burns should win that game pretty easily.
Right.
Up before they played them, who played them? A couple of, was it Shelby maybe last season? I'd never heard of Moorhead.
Yeah.
2nd and 9. Young brings them back out. Gaither in motion. Incomplete. Brings up another quick 3rd down for the Indians. Young gets his play. Three receivers set. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself.
Good run. Just
a good run.
Too far behind the sticks.
Yep.
Going to bring up a 4th down.
Still no score in the Central Davidson Smoky Mountain game.
Wow. I think that's probably a pound ground game, right?
I think so. Yeah. Smoky Mountain coming from the mountains, they're going to run the ball a lot.
Exactly. And they're playing at Central Davidson.
At Central Davidson, yeah. Right. So they had a ways to go.
Right.
But almost blocked once again.
Peter get away.
Kings Mountain to get away with it. And, hey, guys, we get to see the offense come out again. 49-yard line. That's the worst field position the Mountaineers have had tonight.
Guys, maybe we're getting faulty information. Got a message that Crest is winning 7-0.
Right. Okay.
And a friend who has a friend listening on the radio.
Okay, because I was getting ready to say
So that score is incorrect from Max Preps.
Okay. Max Prep might have a hangover from last week.
Little John hands the ball off the right side. Teddy Jeffries. They're able to bring him down. No, he's still on his feet.
Way to run.
You got to put a whole body on him. Good 15-yard run.
That was actually Caleb
Holland.
Jeff, I will confirm what you just heard based on the Gaston Gazette's scoreboard. I'll give the other scores in a moment. Gaston Gazette has a 7-0.
Right. Okay.
Let's use them. I'm going to get off the Max Prep
Well,
side.
yeah, Max can be wrong, or they don't keep up. That's why I'm not even sure the one I'm looking for Central Davidson and Smoky Mountain is correct.
Quick throw out to number 6, Sanders.
Good block out front by Isaiah and
all
by
the way to the 20.
Lubus.
Sanders.
About a 15-yard gain.
On the stop, number 21, Chip
Another
Henderson,
first down.
And number 50, Daniel Lauder. And that's enough for another Mountaineer. First and 10 from the 21-yard line for the Mountaineers.
So finally we get the opportunity to run a little clock off the board.
And run some of our offense. Cut inside.
Caleb Holland down to the 15-yard line.
Caleb Holland on the carry.
St. Stephen's did a good job stringing that out, playing it to the sideline. Good defensive play.
Second and 5.
Second and 5 for the Mountaineers.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Mountaineers. Just slant route right over the middle.
Bryson Brown. Thank you for the update, Michael Crocker. You're the man on the scoreboard.
Ellison to attempt the point after touchdown out of Bryson Brown's hold.
Ellis balls
Good
up.
snap. Good hold.
Good kick.
Mountaineers lead 35-0 here in the first quarter. We'll be back right after this break. Stay with us.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
I'm not tired of hearing it.
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, Drew Fulton, Jeff Johnson, Craig Short, Lamont Littlejohn with you. Craig, you got some more updates for our 133 West Just-in-Time Plumbing, Farm Bureau Insurance, Caldwell Banker scoreboard.
Love it. East Gaston 14-6 over Community School of Davidson. Robbinsville 6, Cherryville nothing. Bessemer City 7-0 over at Mountain Island Charter. No score in the Northwest Cabarrus Ashbrook game. Hickory and South Hickory 7, 14 points for the South Point Red Raiders. West Lincoln and Hendersonville tied at 7, no score in the Stuart Kramer West Charlotte game. Crest up 7-0. Burns up 15-0 over Moorhead. Andrews 7-0 over Highland. No score in East Lincoln, Ashe County. Shelby up 3-0. Lincoln and down 7-6 to Randleman. Forest View up 7-6 over Tuscola. And Central Davidson 7, Smoky Mountain 0.
So they'll get to return it this time across the 15, 20, and they'll get run out of bounds or about the 22, maybe 23-yard line. So first and 10, best field position, starting field position the Indians have had all night. First and 10.
From the 25-yard line.
25. Young calls the signals. He'll keep it himself. He'll get outside the pocket. He's got a little running room. He'll get to the 30-yard line.
Probably going to be a face mask.
Flag on the play.
On the stop, number 4, Jake Lloyd.
31-yard line's where he got it to.
Yep.
Personal foul,
Face mask.
against the Mountaineers.
Big penalty against Kings Mountain.
That'll be enough yardage for the first down.
That'll be the first down for St. Stephen's tonight.
After the penalty.
Craig, how hard is it once you're up on a team by this much this early? Is it hard to keep the gas on?
Yes, it is, because they get complacent even watching it. It's really difficult. So,
Takes the handoff. Young able to get his receiver, but he's going to lose maybe a yard on the play.
Honestly, what you're trying to do now is just to hurry up and get to halftime, because, then you can maybe refocus them, because it is difficult.
Right.
And you also don't want to start getting sloppy yourself. Where, you're wanting to continue to try to execute what you're doing and do it well.
So 2nd and 11. Young will call his own number again. He'll scramble to get maybe 4 or 5.
On the carry for 7, 8.
Looks like they're going to give him a total of 6.
That kid plays hard.
Thomas Fair on stop. A gain of
really, that's the only play they've had that's worked.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we talked about the pregame between he and the running back. We know they're their two best players, and so obviously you want to get the ball in their hands as much as possible.
Young back to throw again.
Blocked it.
Blocked, yeah.
Yep.
Who's that? Eli. Yep.
Incomplete.
Way to get your hands up, son.
Yep.
So another fourth down.
Anderson. It'll be 4th down and 6 for the Indians.
They're in no hurry.
I wouldn't be either.
No.
And they're going for it. I mean, why not?
Yeah, they'll have
And I was going to say, they're not going to punt.
No, I mean, they're at the 50.
Right.
This is really no man's land, and it's 4th and, 6?
Even
5?
if they turned it over here at the 50, it'd be the worst field position for the Mountaineers.
Right.
Of the game.
Run your best play. See what they got.
We just got to watch the ball.
Yeah, they may be a no play here.
Try to draw us offside.
Young back to throw. He throws quickly,
Yeah.
and
He's
it's
there
just
too.
overthrown.
Yeah.
He was there.
He was there. He just had too much pressure. He just turned his head and just threw it.
Yeah, I mean, that was a first down.
Oh, yeah.
Craig, who was the famous high school coach that always went for it on 4th down, never punted?
You talking about the guy that went and coached at Presbyterian?
Is he still coaching there?
No, thank goodness.
He followed the coach for Cooper, wasn't it?
Yeah, they ran him out of town. His last name is Kelly. He was from Arkansas. Didn't cut, didn't punt, didn't kick, didn't do extra points. Only did kickoff.
Zay Smith cut
Zay
it up.
Smith around the right side,
That's
makes a
coming
turn, flag on the play.
Going to call holding. And we ran over the.
Yeah, I could see that from about 30 yards away.
Official went down.
Good call.
Who was that hold on, Craig? Or Jeff? Did you see it?
I'm not going to name names.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
saw at least 2 individuals you could call that on.
You're a smart man.
Coach Lloyd didn't like the fact
Yeah.
that you asked last week who was called for it. I said it was Jake, and I got in trouble for it.
I did too.
Oh,
I got
okay.
scolded because we went back and watched the film. And
So
Jake
I'm not
didn't
going to
hold.
name names. It was on the offense.
It was on the offense. Good
you
call.
are a smart man. Coach Lloyd trains us very well.
I'm definitely not saying it. I'm not saying it was Jake. I'm not saying.
Still first down.
Hey, Jeff.
20.
Matt, my son-in-law, said you got to give us enough time to answer the Aflac question. The coach that never punted, you didn't give him enough time.
We need to pick one of our sponsors, and we'll have a trivia.
Yeah.
We need to do that for next year, guys.
We do.
Trivia.
And give us time to answer.
That's right.
Good call, Matt.
Fakes the handoff. Little John right over the middle. That's Jake Lloyd.
Stiff
still
arm
on
by
his
Jay.
Good stuff.
almost with the first down. He's going to miss it by maybe 2 yards.
Number 5, Ethan Atwood.
Bring up a second down.
It'll be 2nd and 1.
We're going again. Hurry up.
Ooh.
Wow.
Handoff.
Good
Patience.
Teddy
Keep
Jeffries.
Turn.
Across the 30.
He's gone.
He's gone. They can't stop him. 10-5. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Teddy Jeffries on the carry. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Mountaineers able to put 6 more on the board.
Ellison to attempt the point after touchdown.
The St. Stephen's band sounds good over there. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
Mountaineers puts 1 more on the board. 42-0. Mountaineers lead. We'll take a break. We'll be back here right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Mountaineers lead 42-0 here, still in the first quarter. 11.7 seconds left to go.
Well, guys, I hope that our viewership sticks with us during this game.
Well, I hope so,
may have
too.
to.
Hope they don't.
I may have to do some trivia questions.
Right. Hopefully they don't switch to Netflix or anything like that.
There's nothing good on. That's right.
Nothing.
So going to return this one up the 1, across the 10, 15. Dances around up to around the 12, but he's not going to get any further than that.
Michael Watkins on the return.
Maybe 17 is what I meant.
A host of the Mountaineers stopped him, and it's 1st and 10 for the Indians.
And looks like they'll get one play off before this clock will start. And we'll go into the second quarter.
First and 10 from the 19-yard line. And that's it for
so that's the end of the first quarter.
Kings Mountain 42.
Mountaineers lead at 42-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back here. More Mountaineer football. The second quarter coming up right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction,
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the second quarter of action. DJ Lamont Littlejohn in the house tonight.
Yes,
we just
sir.
Need to set you up a stand over here, you know, so you can be seen.
Yeah, make it do what it do, brother.
Yeah. So 1st and 10.
Y'all need anything? You good?
Handoff right up the middle. He'll have a little bit of running room.
On the carry, Bryson Gaither.
Gaither on the carry.
By Michael Ward and Jason Melton.
Look like Melton to me on the stop for the Mountaineers.
Guys, can I give a shout out tonight? I've got a young fan, Mountaineer fan. Her name is Paisley Medley is watching. I'm sure her sister Sarah's there. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Young with a 3-receiver set, trying to draw the Mountaineers off sides, and they do.
Offside against the Mountaineers, 5-yard penalty.
I figured they was going to do that. We're eager to get back there.
You know, this is the first time in a while, I think,
Second down and 2 for the Indians.
that I remember us not using pride stickers. Is that what they still call them?
Yeah, they do. I thought they were giving out Mountaineer heads.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see them on their helmets.
It's because it's hard to see them because they're the color of the stripe. They're like literal like gold. I don't think Coach Lloyd's giving out as many, but they are or they were.
Young takes it around the right side. He's going to get close to the first down. Depends on where they spot it.
Curtis Simpson.
Yeah, he got it.
That's enough for a first down.
I think they would give it to him regardless.
Right.
So 1st and 10, St. Stephen's.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Yeah, they're up.
Yeah, they up. Was it still 7-0?
Yep. We'll do an update here in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Got some more scores.
Young hands it off to Gaither again, but he's met right around the line of scrimmage.
Bryson Gaither on the carry. Knocked down by Michael Ward.
Michael Ward on the tackle.
It's good to see Michael Ward back. He's good and healthy. You know, he was not 100%. He's probably maybe it was a 50 to 60% first year. So good to see him back in full stride. Guys, when you talk about that linebacker core, you got Michael Ward, you got Melton, you got Unash. I mean, we're just solid back in the linebacker core. And if we need to move A.J. back there, we can.
Quick throw. He's got a receiver around the 50-yard line, still on his feet. He'll get into Mountaineer territory. I think they kind of lulled us to sleep a little bit.
Us two up here.
Yep.
So 1st and 10, St. Stephen's. Just a quick, any quick scores you can give us?
Yes, sir. We still got 14-6 over Community School Davidson East Gaston. Cherryville's down 14-0 to Robbinsville. Bessemer City still 7-0 over Mountain Island Charter. Burns up now 30-0. East Lincoln's up 33-0 over Ashe County. Ashbrook. Good run.
Good run. I can see what Coach Lord was talking about. I'm very impressed with the running back. He's very quick.
Ashbrook's up 3-0 over Northwest Cabarrus. Statesville and Crest are tied at 7. South Point is now up 21-7 over Hickory. No surprise there. Forest View and Tuscola are now tied at 7, as are West Lincoln and Hendersonville. Shelby is now up 10-0, and Lincolnton and Randleman are tied at 14. And Andrews is up 21-0 over Highland Tech.
Young will keep it, and he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I just got word that DeForest Hill, starting quarterback, he's out tonight. So I'm not sure what's going on. Might be sickness. But I'm telling you, when it comes to playoff Shelby, man, they're different.
3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
Big 3rd down play and a good stop opportunity for the Mountaineers. Quick throw out to the flats, but he'll get wrapped up before he can get anywhere close to the sticks.
4th down. I know they got
4th. And maybe 3 or 4.
Pass complete to
4th and 3.
Stopped by number 10, Bryson Brown. 4th and 2 for the Indians.
Fourth and 3. Young called
first
down.
Peyton Young on the carry.
That boy plays hard. I like him.
He does.
Good-looking kid, too.
Like he came up a little gimpy, though.
Come on. Be all right, 7.
Yeah.
He plays hard. He seems like that left knee is a little gimpy. Of course, he's staying in.
1st and 10 from the
Jeff, is he as big on the field as he looks as he is up here?
I was watching him in warm-up, and he's he's a good size.
I like how he plays.
Right.
You sound like Sling Blade when you said that. I like how he plays.
Nope.
Quick pass out for Young, but it's
blocked.
blocked right there at the line.
Good job, Antonio.
By number 11, Antonio Armstrong. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he plays well. It doesn't seem like the game's too big. He's been on the move tonight.
Yeah.
But he's been decisive.
Stay with us at halftime. We don't have a recorded halftime show for you, but we'll have a live halftime show. We'll get to talk to the brand new basketball coach for Kings Mountain High School, which
Coach Fan. Coach Fan, right?
Young under pressure, trying to find somebody to throw the ball to. He just throws it away.
Smart.
He still takes a hit as he does it, though. One of those things, you make me chase you, and I'm going to hit you.
Yeah. And I like what Robert did right there. I mean, when he came in off it looked like a corner blitz, and he wasn't a cheap shot, wasn't late. Hit him right where he needed to, pushed him down, let him know he was there. Good pressure.
Young, three-step drop, trying to find somebody to throw it to. Throws a little bit low, incomplete. Brings up a 4th and 10.
And I think they have been wise this quarter to let that play clock run all the way down. In the first quarter, I think they were
trying to go.
Yeah, they were snapping the ball like 25 seconds. They're running that play clock all the way down, which is smart.
Guys, are we on running clock? I thought it's used the second half, but that was an incomplete pass.
It was,
and
it's running.
Work clock is running.
Yeah.
They are.
And maybe.
Isn't it usually a coach's decision?
I think they can. Terry asked me that a moment ago on a message, and I do believe that he is right that you can ask that.
Right. And I think you need to. You don't want to embarrass no team. I know Coach Lloyd is not going to run up the clock.
No, Coach Lloyd will not do
like
that.
No.
Pass thrown
Good ball.
deep.
Oh,
intercepted by Jake.
It's 2 interceptions.
Jake cross the 20, 30. He's still on his feet to the 40.
Off of the deflection. Right. That actually was a good ball, man.
Good ball.
Our defensive back,
that's Bryson Brown.
Bryson played it well.
Yeah,
and Bryson has been locked down all season.
That quarterback threw the ball right where it needed to be. Yeah, you're right.
I know Coach Brown will be happy with that tip drill.
So the Mountaineers will stop the Indians. Closest chance they've had to get into the end zone.
Yeah.
And take over 1st and 10.
Come on.
Mountaineers come up with a 4-receiver set. Fakes the handoff, little quick pass out to the flats. He'll cross a 50. Going to get pulled down.
Yeah, if he didn't get his shirt tail, he was going.
Yeah.
That was Zay Smith.
Zay Smith on the stop, number 3, Chance.
Zay's been getting targeted or catching a lot more here in the last few games as well.
Yeah, he has been.
1st and 10 from the Indian 43-yard line.
Little John back to pass. Beats the pressure.
Yeah, at least
but
he got it off. He got it off.
Pass
Yeah, he was under pressure, but that's good. He got it. He got it out there. Didn't take a sack.
2nd down.
So 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think it is a running clock, guys. It's still running. Like you said, Craig, I thought they would wait to halftime.
I did too, but I'm with you
Right.
a moment ago when you said it's better to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, most definitely. That's a sign of good sportsmanship, too.
John, little screen play, but not completed.
Right.
They're up 3rd and 10.
3rd down.
Yeah, I didn't like that play the way it looked. I'm not sure. I think that big number, was it 75? Got back there and blew it out.
He read that really well.
He did. He made a great play.
Yeah.
And Caleb never really got turned around, but I don't think he could because of 75.
Right.
Brian
Got timeout for
Gibbs,
St. Stephen's.
75. They'll take their 2nd timeout. And we will too. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this. Don't go anywhere.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction,
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, Mountaineers 42, St. Stephen's Indians 0, 3:18 to go here in the first half. The Mountaineers, first time they've seen a 3rd down on their on the offensive side of the ball tonight. Third and 10. 5 receivers set, empty backfield. Little John back to pass. Throws it deep.
It's intercepted by 11.
Number 11. That's Anderson. Dayton Anderson intercepts the ball.
Number 11, Dayton Anderson.
He'll make it about to the 26-yard line.
Tackled Jaqueline Sanders. 1st and 10 for the Indians.
first takeaway for the Indians tonight.
Ooh, that didn't sound good.
It was pretty good coverage. He threw
It
right
was.
into
Yeah,
it.
It was.
Well, it was good coverage, and he just jumped over his head. He got it.
Hand the ball off quick, right up the middle to Gaither. He's going to try to scramble to get 1 or 2 out of it.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. AJ shot the gap right there, and that poor old guard just grabbed his jersey, just grabbed him and held on his jersey stretch. But of course, they're not going to call holding just yet. They can't block him. I'd do it too, young man. I'd hold on to him also.
Hand the ball off to Gaither once again. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On the stop, number 15, A.J. Richardson. No gain, 3rd down.
3rd and 9. Trying just to get out of this first half. Young back to pass, finds an open receiver. It's Anderson again, but he's not going to make it to the first down marker.
Good.
So still,
They gave it to him.
They gave it to him.
And that's enough for an Indian 1st down.
So 1st and 10, St. Stephen's, with the clock still running. They bring their quarterback all the way to the sidelines. He's got a long way to go back to the huddle every time.
He does.
1st and 10 for the Indians.
Underthrown.
Pass knocked down by Curtis Simpson. 2nd down. Intended receiver Michael Watkins.
2nd and 10. Now they stop the clock.
Is it a timeout?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh. That's weird.
Same formation for St. Stephen's.
Peyton Young on the carry.
Good play by Melton.
Jason Melton.
Yeah, I see Curtis coming a little gimpy.
A gain of 3, 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
This may be the last play of the half.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how many starters we're going to see in the second half.
Smoky Mountains up 21-14 over Central Davidson.
Wow.
In the 2nd quarter.
Wow.
So same formation, 3 receiver set. Gaither in the backfield. Young the quarterback. He drops back, pass. He's going to try to throw it right over the middle. Incomplete.
Keep it running.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's the half.
And there's a flag on the play.
Roughing on us.
So
I was watching the pass. I didn't see it, but I'm sure we hit him late.
They'll get
Maybe
a free play.
As slow as he's getting up. Maybe not late. The pressure we've been there. I shouldn't say I'm sure we did. That was not the right thing to say. Sorry.
So 1st and 10 for St. Stephen's.
Was it rush on the passer?
Yeah.
Big penalty.
Yeah, Craig, like you, I was watching the ball downfield. I didn't see the play.
Drew is who drew my attention to it as he set a flag down. And I looked back to it.
Young drops back to throw, throws it deep.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Incomplete.
Another flag.
Incomplete.
Oh,
The flag down on the field.
Come on, man.
Oh, come on.
Now,
Flag on who?
that's going to be on us. He's going to call either holding on Bryson
Oh,
or pass
come on. He
interference
turned his head.
because he threw it up here, trailing the play.
I mean,
Pass interference.
oh, come on.
I ain't so sure about that.
Yeah, they have called more flags here in the last minute than they have the whole game.
I mean, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. You can run stride to stride with your wide receiver.
That's not a good call.
Yeah. Bryson turned his head and everything. He did everything.
It seemed where they threw the flag that it was earlier in the route.
Yeah, I agree, Jeff.
Yeah.
He threw it pretty early.
So I wasn't watching at that point. I was watching when the ball was going.
So
seemed like where the flag was closer to the 30 or 35. Maybe even the 25.
Yeah, and I see St. Stephen's coaches over there working him pretty well.
I believe that happened last week, too.
It did. It did.
That's all I'll say about that.
Just get back.
Intercepted.
Good interception.
Intercepted.
Michael Ward.
Pass intercepted by Caleb Holland, and that ends the half. With your score, Kings Mountain 42.
So that we'll go into halftime. Mountaineers up 42-0. Stay with us. We've got more of the halftime show coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Was number 5, Michael Ward.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, Welcome to the KMHS Sports and Kings Mountain Touchdown Club Halftime Show with your host, Jay Rhodes. The halftime show is sponsored by Ben Engel and On Cue Financial, Butler Tire and Auto, Audio Video Designs, KM Elite,
Appreciate you having me on, though.
Back here, halftime, Mountaineers up big 42-0 over St. Stephen's, and I'm sitting here at halftime with our brand new head basketball coach, Coach Fan. How are you, sir?
Doing good, doing good.
Well, good. I'm going to turn your mic up just a little bit. You're not quite as loud as the loudmouth that's using that headset normally.
All right.
So there you go.
Need to work on that.
Introduce yourself a little bit. You're from East Lincoln.
Yeah,
that's where you.
Yeah, that's where I
from.
came from. The past 4 years I spent on Coach Hancock's staff at East Lincoln. I ran the JV program and helped out with the varsity program, and we were very successful. And before that, I was at Mallard Creek in North Charlotte. I'm originally from Hickory. I went to South Caldwell High School, and so I'm familiar with this side of the state. So it's good to be home at Kings Mountain.
So tell me, what really? Why did you want this job? Why did you want to come to Kings Mountain? You got a good position over at East Lincoln. They've got a good program. Why come to Kings Mountain?
Yeah, I see a lot of potential here, and I just want to say that Coach Pierce has done a great job over the past few years to really turn this program into a consistent winning program. And I saw a lot of parallels between here and East Lincoln, and I think that I have, some things to bring here that can, build upon what Coach Pierce has and the coaches before him. And it's a great community just in my short time I've been here to, be a part of and interact with. So I'm just really excited to be here and continue to get to know people and come to football games like this.
Well, let me ask you, Coach Pierce, 11 seasons under his wing, the Mountaineer program under his wing. They went 170 and 115 overall, 107, 47 in conference, 3 Big South championships, been to the playoffs the last 3 years, but have lost in the first round of those last 3 years. The furthest we've been lately, 2018, we lost in the third round to Catholic. How do you? I mean, it's a good program, but how do you get it over that hump? What do you do?
Yeah, that's one thing that I've talked about with my coaching staff here, and some people have stayed over from Coach Pierce's staff. But getting over that hump is a big thing, and what you got to do is you just got to, number one, if you just keep saying we got to get over the hump, that's not going to do it. It comes down to preparation and planning ahead to put your players in the best position to win consistently, and if you do that and prepare well, eventually that's going to happen. I know that Coach Pierce is just as frustrated as anyone else for those 3 years in a row to be that way, but I hope I can bring, and I feel like I can bring some new ideas and approaches to the game here that can hopefully do that for us. And I'm very excited about the group we have here. Got a lot of young talent, and with some of the returners coming back from last year, I really think this group can really make some noise in the Big South this year.
Yeah, I wrote down that you did lose a lot of good senior talent.
Zeke Kennedy, that's a tough one to replace when he's scoring 30 points a game. But and Maddox James, of course.
I did see just off last year's roster, you possibly have 9 coming back.
Of that game will face.
Do you see some star talent athletes in that field?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of growth over the summer and here in the fall with the guys that are returning. And obviously we have a lot of guys that are still playing football and probably will be for a while now. Hopefully they are. But I'm really excited about the freshman group we have. Bradley Floyd, Tucker Robinette, and Charlie Foster, some really good kids that I think have a lot of potential and can actually make a big impact immediately as a freshman. And they were very successful at the middle school, so I expect them to be successful here as well.
Now, you've seen Grayson Pierce's style of coaching. Is yours different?
I would say, there are some similarities and differences. The biggest thing is, just game by game, doing what's going to be best for your players. I know Coach Pierce has always had, a very intense, get-at-you type defense, and we're going to have that same kind of approach as well. But, we'll probably run a couple more sets and stuff. I know that last year they kind of had to just get the ball to Zeke and let him work, and you do that when you got a player like him. But I think I can definitely bring some new approaches to things on the offensive and defensive end.
Now, we know what the Big South's gonna hold. It's the last few years always getting past Crest. Crest is the team usually to beat.
Yeah.
Can you beat them?
Oh, I definitely think we'll be in position to beat them. It'll come down to execution, but we're not scared of really anyone in the conference, and I know there's been talk about them and other teams, but I feel, we're going to be prepared night in, night out. It's going to be hard for any team to get away with one from us. But my goal is, even if we do lose it, even if we, do struggle or lose here and there, that we're a tough out, and we're not going to back down from anything, regardless of, our lack of experience or whatever it may be.
Well, Coach, we wish you well. And we know what the conference holds. Any interesting non-conference matchups? you may be working on?
Yeah, so we got Shelby as usual. We'll be playing them twice, and they'll be at a Christmas tournament. We also have Burns this year. But first game of the year, November 22nd, Tuesday before Thanksgiving, open up against RS Central. They got a really big talent, number one sophomore in the state that we're going to be taking on. And so that's a really exciting home opening matchup right before Thanksgiving. So mark that on your calendars. Hopefully we'll be playing some football still, but you can make it to the home opener on November 22nd.
How many members of your squad are on the football team? Any clue?
Looking at it right now, people like Curtis Simpson, Zay Smith, guys that played big minutes last year. So, a handful of guys, and I expect them to, be ready to, whenever the time comes, to come back and fall right in with everyone else and start contributing immediately.
So how many did we get? 1 or 2 7-foot centers this year?
Not quite. We're still waiting. We're still waiting on them.
Yeah. Lamont, you need to get a couple transfers in here. We need a 7-foot center.
If anyone knows of them, you can give them my contact
Check with
information.
Gaffney. they seem to be losing players here lately to other schools. Check with Gaffney.
We'll take that. Always looking for something like that.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for spending a little time with us. We'll definitely get over there, and me and Lamont will get over there. We'll be cheerleaders over there. I love.
I'll save you a seat.
I love. Occasionally it'll get that way, but I remember going to basketball games in the early '80s when my sister went to school here, and the student section, would start hollering at the other students. It was just a great atmosphere. It was fun to be at. No matter if you won or lost, it was just a fun time.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to that. What was the date on the opening?
November 22nd. It's
November
Tuesday.
22nd,
Yep.
Tuesday. All right, Coach Fan,
yes,
good
sir.
luck to you.
Appreciate it.
We'll be looking for you down the road.
Yes,
It's the Mountaineer pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the kickoff coming up in about 5 or 6 minutes. Just give us a few minutes. We'll come back with some updates on some scores, and we'll check around as we get ready for the kickoff of the second half. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the KMHS Sports and Kings Mountain Touchdown Club Halftime Show with your host, Jay Rhodes. The halftime show is sponsored by Ben Engel and On Q Financial, Butler Tire and Auto, Audio Video Designs, KM Elite,
Back here, still getting ready for the second half of the Mountaineers and St. Stephen's, the Indians. Any updates on our scoreboard? 133 West, just-in-time plumbing, Farm Bureau, Caldwell Banker scoreboard.
Absolutely. Community School of Davidson is losing to East Gaston 14-12 in the fourth quarter. Bessemer City up 7-0 over Mountain Island Charter in the third quarter. Northwest Cabarrus 10-3 over Ashbrook in the third quarter. South Point 21-13 over Hickory in the third. Cherryville is down 20-0 at the half to Robbinsville. East Lincoln is up 44-0 over at the half over Ashe County. It is reset. Hang on. Statesville and Crest still tied at 7 at the half. Tuscola 21-14 over Forest View at the half. Burns 37-0 over Moorhead in the second quarter. Andrews is up 49-0 over Highland Tech. Hendersonville in the second quarter 15-7 over West Lincoln. Shelby up 10-7 over Forest Hills in the second. Lincolnton 21-14 second quarter over Randleman. West Charlotte 14, Stuart Kramer 0. And the last I saw, the team that would play the winner of this game, Smoky Mountain, was up 28-21 in the third quarter.
And I want to give a shout out to several people online listening to us. My daughter and wife are actually listening to us in Winston-Salem tonight. They're up there for the honors course, and
awesome.
they're tuning us in. Also, let's see, where's Daytona Beach is on here.
Nice.
Hickory, of course, Kings Mountain. Several people all over the place, but I think we did lose a few people to Netflix. So, but that's okay.
Right. We want to make sure, we want to promote the streaming service, and just so elated about how many people have been joining us throughout the season, and hopefully this road will continue and they continue to join us. So just want to promote these streaming and promote you guys too, man. I'm glad working with you guys.
Ditto. We're blessed to be able to do this. We have a lot of fun. Everybody that talks to me about our streaming service, I tell them that every time. That's my first answer, that number one, we're very blessed because of what our school provides and the Touchdown Club, led by David and Marie Brinkley and all the sponsors, the wonderful sponsors. And then I talk about how much fun we have. It's really a joy to be able to do this.
It is.
Promote young people.
Most definitely. That's the main thing.
Talking about how well the young people did. Like our volleyball team did well this year.
Yep.
Our men's soccer team just finished up. Our cross-country team is strong.
Right.
Our academics are strong here. Our theater program just hosted the NCTC. It's a great atmosphere at our school.
Right.
Another great kick by Jake.
In the end zone, brought back 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 for the Indians from their own 20-yard line.
My boys' team, Western Alamance, just got it a little closer, 21-14. Got to pull for the Warriors of Western Alamance. Cooper's coaching with them.
In the second half.
Sorry.
You hear that too?
I shouldn't be laughing at that. Jay just announced to the whole crowd we've got to run.
Yeah. So.
Young quick to throw out on the flats around the 20-yard line. He'll bring 25.
Good play.
Get pulled down there. 7-8-yard play.
Pass complete to number 11, Dayton Anderson. Number 17, Cameron Adams.
On the catch.
A gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 for the Indians.
So good to see our reserves, and see a lot of some of our JV players who've been brought up. They're in there now, and so good to see them get some time.
I agree with you, Lamont, because
quick whistle.
I'll tell you from experience, when we made the run in 2008, on this field here, we got to play a lot of playoff games. We were forced to use some very young players. One of the best ones to ever come through here, Mr. Edward Hopper, made his debut that year in the playoffs and played a little bit in the regular season and ended up becoming a dominant player for 4 years. Edward Blackburn was another one. Edward down here on this left end zone kicked several field goals that night in overtime versus Mooresville, and what a great atmosphere. So we got to use some younger players, and sometimes you're forced to do it. It's a good thing we're getting the ability to do it.
Right.
It might help us in the playoffs as we go forward.
Handoff, pretty good size hole. Gaither still on his feet, brought down around the 32-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. Fat on the stop.
Nope, that's his brother.
That's his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's number 14.
Is that Fat Junior?
Zorion is
actually he's older than Fat.
Does he have a nickname?
No,
not that I know of.
Just Sincere.
First and 10. Hand off to Gaither once again. He's going to get met right there.
That's a great
behind
play.
the line
That
of
was a good
scrimmage.
play.
That was a heck of a play by Jamal Lee, a 10th grader.
Yep.
Big defensive lineman, number 75. Another
Yeah.
one that got pulled up.
That's right.
Great play by him.
Second and 10.
To me, it looks like he maybe lost the 2 yards, but they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage. So second and 10.
And I believe St. Stephen's still has their first O out there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
And going against our reserves, I mean, this is, and again, y'all, you know, we're only losing 2 off of this defense. And so practically all of our defense will be back next season as well.
Fakes the handoff. Quick pass around the 40-yard line. They'll bring him down around the first down marker. He knew exactly where he needed to get to.
On the stop, number 20, Ja'Cory Roberts.
They're going to say first and 10.
First and 10 for the Indians. Ball at their own 43-yard line.
I see big number 75, Jamal Lee out there. He's a sophomore from I believe he's from the JV team.
Right.
Young back to pass. Finds a man open. He'll bring it over across the timeline to the Mountaineer side of the field. First and 10.
Pass complete to Dave Anderson. On the stop, number 1, Andre Willis. Another first down for the Indians. First and 10 from the Mountaineer 46-yard line.
So the Indians able to string together a few first down plays here.
Right. See what these reserves can do. See if we can make a defensive stop.
Gaither, the ball carrier.
Good stop there.
He'll maybe get 3 yards on the play.
You know, the JV team did finish with 8-1, I believe. So they had a great season. Just had some couple mistakes against that Crest JV team and cost us, but
a gain of 3, second and 7.
You know, I'm very impressed by the backups here in the reserves.
Takes the handoff. Young will keep it himself. He'll pick up maybe 3 yards on the play.
Yeah. And I think they still have, they still have Micah in there. He's a starter, so they still have him anchoring the linebacker position. So he's probably calling the defensive plays out there.
Third and 2. Big third down stop is what the Mountaineers need right here.
Right.
Of course, we've been in 4-down territory pretty much all game for the Indians. Handoff over the left side. He'll get close to the first down marker. I'm sure they'll probably give it to him.
Yeah, he got it.
On the stop, Andre Willis.
Want to check in when you get the opportunity and get the closest update we have on the Central Davidson Smoky Mountain score. I think that's what we're looking for more than anything else.
Yeah, I agree. Let me check it again real quick. I'm going to get the most updated one because I've got a couple different places I'm looking. In one place, Max Preps in general is not keeping up with score stream. Let me go back to score stream.
First and 10. Young will bring out a 3-receiver set. Quick pass. Out to number 5. He'll have a little bit of running room until he's met up by the Mountaineers. That's Atwood. Maybe a 5-yard gain.
The big stop
Cameron
by Cam.
Adams. Yeah.
Still got it 28-21 at the half, Smoky Mountain.
A gain of 5.
I'm more familiar with Smoky Mountain than I am with Central Davidson.
From the 31-yard
Yeah, I am too.
I was here when we played Smoky Mountain in the playoffs. Or I was in school at Kings Mountain when that happened.
It always was Smoky Mountain and Brevard. Those are always the two nemesis for us at Kings Mountain.
Gaither trying to find a hole. He'll find one to get a first down. Another first down play for the Indians.
5, Michael Ward. That is enough for another Indian first down. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
With this running clock like they're going to have the ball the whole third quarter.
Hand off to Gaither once again.
Good stop.
He's pulled
Good
down
stop.
around the line of scrimmage.
Bryson Gaither brought down by number 16, Xavier Wilson.
Wilson brings him down, only a gain of a yard.
Good stop by Wilson. They call him Baby Grump.
Baby what?
Baby Grump. That's
Baby
what.
Grump.
Yeah, his dad's nickname is Grump, so they call him Baby Grump. So big stop there by Mr. Wilson. Like
I think we should,
Forrest Gump.
I think we should give Craig a name like that.
What would we call him?
Well, be careful what you say. Right now you can tell I'm a cheeseburger because that's what I'm eating.
Atwood again on the completion.
On the stop, Michael
Shout out
Ward,
to our concession
Cameron
stand
Adams.
because I just ate a cheeseburger and I'm actually getting ready to eat another one. They're really good.
It'll bring up 3rd down and 5
No
for
shit.
the Indians.
So maybe it should be Baby Cheeseburger.
Baby cheeseburger or the hamburglar. I look more like Grimace though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want a cheeseburger.
Jeff, you ate before the game, so you've had enough.
Okay.
Remember?
I ate some Jesus chicken. Chick-fil-A.
There you go.
See if we get a bit stop or turn over here.
Quick throw for Young.
Good
He'll
stop.
get stopped in the background.
Great play by Andre.
Yes,
Willis.
Mr. Number 1, Andre.
First time we've been able to
time.
stop him on 3rd down
Yeah,
this
proud of this team,
series. He's going to lose a few yards on it.
To Schmittmeyer. On the stop, number 1, Andre Willis. It's 4th down.
They might go for, try a field goal.
Well, I was looking at their field goal kicker earlier. I don't think he's got the leg.
Right. Well, they're going to try it.
But they're going to attempt it.
Yep.
The officials
gotta
kind of caught him off guard. He had
Yeah.
to run down there real quick.
They got to watch, make sure they don't call us.
In to attempt a 39-yard
39-yard field goal attempt. Ball is up.
Oh, he got
good.
it. Oh,
And there's going to be a penalty for running into the kicker.
On the field.
So will they take it or take the points?
They're calling it afterwards. It's a dead
Right,
ball.
dead
So they'll
ball.
put it on the kickoff.
Personal
So
foul
St.
against the
Stevens will
Mountaineers,
put
roughing
3
the
on the
kicker.
board finally.
That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
And the Mountaineers will get ready for the kick to them. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Mountaineer football right after this.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
They do.
Back here live at John Gamble Stadium, 42-3. The Indians able to put 3 points on the board. And guys, do you call that a victory for the defense, the second-string defense right now?
I do, because they were getting us pretty good on some yards.
Guys, hold up. I believe they are taking the points off the board, and they are electing to get the first down.
I've always heard coaches tell me never to take points off the board.
Well, they did.
After the penalty, it's first down.
So 1st and 10.
From the 11-yard line. 1st and 10.
So unless they score right quick here on this possession, yeah, they'll have the ball the entire third quarter.
Oh yeah.
So Young calls his play. He called his own number. Right up the middle, touchdown, St. Stephen's.
Young in for the touchdown for the Indians.
So I guess they made the right call, put 6 on the board.
Right.
Halftime score
42-6.
28. Central Davidson 21.
Gishmeyer will attempt the point after. The ball is up.
The kick is no good.
And no good. So 42-6, the Mountaineers lead here in the end of the third quarter. We'll be back here for more Mountaineer football right after this. Stay with us.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge,
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, 24.3 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Awaiting the kickoff from St. Stephen's.
Yeah, don't say his name again, because I had to look at the roster. I thought we said a bad word. I'm not going to lie to you. And it's not spelled like it's pronounced. It starts with a G.
Set to kick it off.
This right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I heard Jay say it, I thought we had said something bad.
Yeah.
Gishmeyer?
Yeah, we should say Gishmeyer, but we're not pronouncing the G. We're saying what sounds like a bad word, then Meyer.
Yeah.
Gotta do something to entertain ourselves.
I'm not following, Craig.
And Mountaineers
I'm not gonna say it.
Get the onside kick recovered, and they'll take over 1st and 10 right there at the 50-yard line.
Number 99, William
You can't bait me, Jeff Johnson.
Listen, I'm not going to cause my brother to stumble.
Thank you.
And that'll take us all the way to the fourth quarter. My favorite version of the fight song.
Amen.
So I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
And that is the end of the third quarter with your score. Kings Mountain 42, St. Stephen's 6.
Nothing else, I just want to show you my crowd mic does work.
I like it.
I got a good one for you. Why do monsters not eat
After
ghosts?
the penalty was marked off, for roughing the kicker.
No idea.
Because they taste like sheet.
At their own 30-yard line.
You know what?
That's not bad, is it?
No, it's not.
That's not bad.
It's not.
Sounds kind of like
Okay.
the kicker's last name, though.
35-yard line. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. Run right up the middle. Push the pile to get a couple out of it.
We've got several JV linemen in now, which is good.
Right.
Steven Sanders, freshman, number 74. We've got our young man who moved in from Gaffney earlier in the season, Tayshawn Ellis, number 59, in for the Mountaineers.
Yeah.
Our JV quarterback, obviously, T.J. Armstrong is in.
Yeah.
Who's in the backfield with him, Lamont? I can't see the number.
Number 32.
That's Josiah.
That might be Josiah.
Hand off. Coming over on the left side.
Yes, he is a beast.
Little running room. Close to the first down marker.
Josiah Hill on the carry.
I'll tell you.
Josiah Hill, ball carrier.
Yeah, 53, Isaiah Jones, a freshman, out on a good lead block right there.
And, that,
1st and 10.
and that's enough for a Mountaineer.
Dominic Davis, another freshman, 51, is in the game. I coached Dom's daddy many years ago
Wow.
at Cherryville.
And did we say A.J. Armstrong?
Yes,
The
I did.
quarterback?
I did. Yes.
TJ, yeah.
TJ.
Josiah Hill on
Your
the
son
carry.
is AJ, right?
Correct.
Is
Maybe
that-
that's what I was thinking.
Hope he's get to feeling better too. He has the flu.
He has the flu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going around.
Cason Turner.
I think we also, we're missing 2 or 3 cheerleaders tonight.
I think we are.
Yeah.
2nd down and 6. for
That's the thing we
Mountaineers.
talked about in the pregame, maybe even off air, that we've got to make sure we keep ourselves healthy. Like, there's a lot of sickness going around.
Hand the ball off, looking for a hole to run through, and he does.
Michael
Good
Ward.
play, run,
Michael
Michael.
Ward.
Michael
Around the
Ward on the carry,
42-yard
and that's
line.
enough for another
It's a good
Mountaineer.
backside block right there on the run by Jack Kaiser at center,
Number 3,
a
James
sophomore.
Wilson.
Jack looked really good there.
Ball marked at the
And I think, guys, that's just a testament to what Coach Cruz and Coach Clark have done with these 2 offensive lines. I mean, these JV boys are looking good.
Oh, they are.
Big hole to run through all the way up to almost the 30-yard
Michael Ward
line.
on the carry.
That's enough for another Mountaineer
Brought
first down.
by Ethan Atwood, and that's enough for another Mountaineer.
About a 12-yard run.
1st and 10 from the Indian 31.
Adrian Barner just pulled out. Another JV lineman swapped out for number 59.
Give right up the middle. Michael Ward.
Tell you what,
Not a lot of running room.
no, Drew,
75.
75 has made some pretty good plays for them tonight.
Yeah.
The Breon or Brian Gibbs, he's
Yeah,
only a sophomore.
I've been impressed with him.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's caused us a few problems there
No
inside.
gain. 2nd and 10.
And I'm gonna tell you something. This shows you a testament to the way this program runs for St. Stephen's and their coaches. They've continued to play really hard, and I give them credit for that. These young men have really stuck it out, played well for what they're having to go against. Josiah.
I love Josiah, man. He runs so hard.
Number 32, Josiah Hill on the carry.
And again, we're just reloading it
On the stop, number 34,
the backfield.
Ty McLaughlin, and that is enough for
They'll keep working with Josiah too.
Right.
Sorry, Drew.
Running back you.
Yeah.
They'll keep working with Josiah a little bit. He runs a little straight up and down,
Right.
but he's going to be just fine.
Little low
He was
snap.
down.
I think you're going to say he was down.
Yeah.
I think you're also going to see some good things out of 25. He's running this receiver at the top, Vance Johnson. He's a good athlete.
Yeah, most definitely.
Vance is going to help us a lot as well.
Yeah. He impressed me on Thursday nights.
Yes.
He's big, athletic.
Well, it said a lot to me when he stepped in when Armstrong was out in the JV North Gaston game.
Oh,
he
yeah.
he had a concussion
Right.
the week before, and Vance stepped in and played. And
Yeah.
he did great.
He's tough too. All right, got him off.
Offsides.
Flag down on the field.
And there's another running back, too, last name McIntyre.
Offside against the Indians. 5-yard
Yeah, Tyler,
penalty.
31.
Yeah, Tyler, yeah, just remember him and Josiah Hill. I mean, we just keep reloading that. They had a phenomenal year on the JV squad this season.
2nd and 10 for the Mountaineers.
Armstrong calls the signals. Hand the ball off right up the middle again. Not much running room.
He's met
Josiah Hill on the carry.
right there by number 50 for them.
Yep.
Daniel Louder. Mr. Louder filled that hole pretty good.
Right.
Bring up a 3rd and about 7.
3rd and 8 for the Mountaineers.
We hadn't really talked about it this whole game, but are you enjoying this November weather out here?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Ward on the carry.
Beautiful tonight.
Stopped by number
Nice
44,
breeze blowing.
Will Fincher.
So the first time we've seen a 4th down for the Mountaineers be 4th and about 6.
4th and 6 for the Mountaineers.
Armstrong will try to get the defensive jump.
Yeah,
They
I think
wanted
it was-
to,
it
but they
was a
didn't.
Timeout.
No play.
Kings
So the
Mountain.
Mountaineers will take a timeout right here. And we'll stay here. Any updates on any of the scores from around the area?
Absolutely. Latest update we have is in the 4th quarter, Community School of Davidson 20-14 over East Gaston. Northwest Cabarrus is now up 17-3 in the 4th over Ashbrook.
Oh, wow.
Shelby's up 17-7 over Forest Hills in the 4th quarter.
Playoff Shelby.
Yep. Bessemer City is down 14-7 in the 3rd quarter to Mountain Island Charter. We've got South Point running away with it with Hickory 34-13. Not surprised there. West Charlotte 14-0 over Stuart Kramer in the 3rd. Crest is now at 14-7 in the 3rd over Statesville.
Wow.
Hendersonville 22-7 over West Lincoln. Robbinsville 20, Cherryville nothing. Andrews 49-0 over Highland. East Lincoln 44-0. It says at the half over Ashe County. Drop that
Pass
ball.
incomplete, the intended receiver.
Burns is still saying 2nd quarter. I'm sure it's later. 37-0 over Moorhead. Lincoln 21-14, still saying over Randleman. And I will look on my other part for the Smoky Mountain Central Davidson. Give me just a minute.
First and 10 from the 17-yard line for the Indians.
So turnover on downs. The Indians will take over 1st and 10. Still a running clock. 4.5 minutes to go here in this ball game. Stay tuned at the end of the game. We'll try to get a word or two from one of the coaches.
Surprising.
And Jeff, I meant to tell you that our super fan has decided she wants to put in her application to work for us.
I saw her before the game, and she said you told her she had to give it to me, and I told her to give it to you.
No, I told her to give it to you.
Okay, I didn't know I was now in charge of
your personnel.
HR leader.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see about that.
No game.
She was excited, and maybe this is a good time to talk about the coaches show on Monday nights. She was excited about it, be getting a shout out this last Monday night.
Hand the ball off one time to Gaither there across the 20-yard line.
Tom McLaughlin on the carry.
Gain of about 3. Good shot of the band dancing there in the stands. It's the way I used to dance when I was 17 years old as well.
Why not bring it back? I appreciate the visual. Smoky Mountain Central Davidson, 28-28, third quarter.
And the ball off to Gaither one more time, right up the middle. He'll get close to the first down.
I noticed they switched their quarterbacks. Yeah. Now they're playing with, they don't have him on the roster that I see. I'm sorry, number 12. So I apologize if some of his family are watching up in the Hickory area.
And I think that was not Gaither. That was I think they put in their backups too. That was like number 34 ran that ball.
Yeah, the quarterback is standing there with the head coach.
Yeah. Laughlin.
Yeah.
Laughlin.
So that's good. They're letting their reserves get in too.
Coming in this game, he had 2.3 yards a carry. And the ball off. Laughlin once again across the line of scrimmage. Looks like he'll get 2 yards.
On the stop, Samijay Odoms.
Odoms on the stop for the Mountaineers. That's been a last name I haven't had to call in a few years, is Odoms.
2nd and 7 for the Indians.
We always have a good program when we have Odoms in the lineup.
I agree.
Going to be quarterback keeper trying to get out to the outside.
On the carry.
They'll stop him around the 37-yard line.
Tripped up by Melton.
About 2 yards shy of a first down.
Third quarter score, Smoky Mountain 28, Central Davidson 28. South Point 34, Hickory 13. Crest 14, Statesville 7.
We may get 2 plays off right here before the end of this game. And the ball off one more time, right up the middle. He's going to cross, get close to the 50-yard line. That should be the final play unless they hurry to the line to try to run something. That'll do it. I don't think that they're looking to run another play.
I think the coaches call him over.
And that's it. Yeah. Mountaineers will get out of here 42-6. But, you know, 42-6, it could have been a lot worse.
Yes, I agree.
We called the dogs off at the halftime, and since then, you know, our second string was able to let them move the ball a little bit.
Yeah, they were, and I really, you guys pointed out, they were running a little bit of a continuous clock in the first half. So, I mean, you want to get out of here and you want to get this and be healthy. Now let's focus on next week and see what we can do. Right. Thanks for the love, John Bunn. Missed you tonight.
Guys, let's take a break. We'll be back here and wrap this game up here from John Gamble Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. KMHS Sports right after this.
What's crazy, this game went so fast, a lot of these games.
The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Brinkley Financial Group, Flooring America, Dr. Brad Moffitt and Carolina Chiropractic, Butler's Outdoor Design, The Venue at Turkey Ridge, The Mountaineer football broadcast is sponsored by Dellinger's Jewel Shop, King Construction, Patriot Jacks Outfitters, Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain, JWH Contracting, Allen & Sons Construction,
bit.
Right.
We had no sound, but we do have sound now. Looks like the Golden Lions 24-7
over Forest Hills.
Forest Hills. And what we were saying is, no matter who we play next Friday, we're going to be here at John Gamble Stadium. Make sure you come out next Friday night, 7:30. If you can't, we'll have the broadcast right here on KMHS Sports. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We'll see you.